Hey, this is Max from DeFi Chronicles. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I made $900 in passive income for the month of March. Before jumping into the spreadsheet and doing a review of my investments that I've been making over the last weeks that have created that passive income for me, I would like to give a quick background of how I started into this passive income journey. So last year I invested a few $100 into Time Wonderland, and I know that most of the people I know that invested in Time Wonderland, what they were expecting is getting the over 80,000 APY. But for me, I really had a revelation when I saw that I was making passive income every week. So instead of waiting for that 80,000 APY, I was actually cashing out each week, like $40, $50, sometimes even $70 to $80, depending on the price. So for me, being a guy that lives in a third world country, it's crazy hard for me to be saving over $200 to $300 to invest in crypto. And if you've been in crypto for some time, you know that $200 is just dust money. There's nothing to do with $200 in crypto. So for me, I really wanted to keep buying blue chips like AVAX, Luna, Bitcoin, and I didn't saw how I was going to make it. Like I was still investing like $200 to $300 a month, but I didn't feel that that was enough. So looking at Time Wonderland, I saw that opportunity where I said, well, maybe I could invest into 10 passive income protocols like Time Wonderland and create a passive income where I could be making $1,000 per week. And with $1,000, that would be more than enough to fuel my crypto portfolio. So a few weeks later, I didn't invest in Time Wonderland. I didn't invest into any other passive income protocol, but I was actually researching and seeing which one would be the best fit for me. And then we came to the big crash. So in November, it started crashing and crashing and crashing and crashing. And I was making what, for $40, $70, I started making like $5 to $6 a week. And at that time I said, okay, so now instead of not of looking for 10 projects that could pay me $100 a week, I also need to spread my risk. So if 8 of them dies, I could still be making between $200 to $300 a week at least. So on January 29, around January 25, I would say I sold my position in time. I took a loss of around $100. I think it was $98, and I move on. I took some profit on a position that I had on Luna, and I started this journey with $800. The journey is kind of crazy because what I'm trying to reach is create a passive income portfolio that pays me $10,000 per month. I know it's crazy, I just started it in $800, and that's actually the goal for the long term, to keep reinvesting and pulling out profits and moving them into new protocols to see if I could reach the goal of creating the $10,000 passive income portfolio. So jumping in, my first investment was Titano. I invested $266 on January 25th, and I bought 1,800 tokens for the price of $266. So what I was doing, my strategy was that anything that went above the 1,800 on Sundays, I would sell it. So once a week I was cashing out and taking my profits, and then I would leave the 1,800 so it can continue to compound, and each week keep taking out my profits. So first week I pull up a $40 profit, then next week $46, then $50, $40, 42, 40, 42, and 38. That was last week that I took the $38. As you can see here, my return on investment has been $72 in total, but that is not taking into account that I already made my $266. So I got back my initial investment, but I also made $72 in free money actually. So the total here is $338. But the good thing about Titano is that if I want to, I can also sell this 1,800 token. Because this is not a node project, I can still take my 1,800 tokens and sell them for Actually, my position right now is worth $347. I know there is a, I think, 20% tax, so it will be a little bit less than $300. But for me, I've made $338 plus I still have my position here, which is worth around $300. So in total, I'm up around $700. If I sell everything, I could take $700. Now moving on, you can see that my return on investment has been 127%. This is the amount of an estimated amount of token that I'm making per day. My daily income is $6. My weekly income is $46, and my monthly income is around $200. These are estimations. These already had the tax included, but this is actually an estimation. So the price can go up and the price can go down. Here you can see on my table how much money I've been making each week. I've only cashed out on Titano. I've never compounded. Maybe I will start doing it because actually it has been pretty stable. But for the last weeks, I've been just taking out my initial investment and moving it to other projects. So for the last month of March, I've made, let's see, in total for Titano, I made $162 only in Titano. Moving on to the next one, which is Tor nodes. On that one, that one has been really harsh for me because I invested a ton of money. At least for me, it's a ton of money. If you do the comparison between Tor and Titano, in Tor in total I've invested $390, and in Titano I've invested only $266. So for Tor, first investment was $264. The same day I invested in Titano, I invested in Tor $264 to spread my risk. I got 20 tokens in rewards, and instead of cashing out, I actually added to my position 126 plus this 0.20 token, and I created a second node. What I had on, well, I still have on Tor is a two Heimdall nodes that are paying me like 0.008 Tor every 24 hours. So in total, I'm making around 0.016 coins every 24 hours. This is not taking into account the taxes. I don't remember how much are the taxes. So after these two investments, I started cashing out, which on February 9th, I sold 0.10 tokens for $10. Then same here, $8, $5, $6, $3, $7, $2, and 5, 1. And as you can see, it has been decreasing because the price has been crashing like crazy. When I invested in Thor, I think the price was over $200. Yeah, the price was over $200. And now, as you can see here on my live price, the, the price is less than $20. So it has been crashing. It is worth like 15 times less or 10 times less in just a few weeks. If we go up here on my table, you can see how much money I'm making daily, which is 31 cents. Weekly income is $2.18, and monthly income is $9.35. I have my days until return on investment. This is also an estimation. It says here that it would take me around 1,000 days to get back my initial investment. I don't think I'm gonna get back my initial investment. I'm still setting my profits like $3, $4 every week, and keep moving it to AVAX or other good projects. So for the month of March, I made, let's see, so for the month of March, I made $13, well, around $14. So I made around $14 with Thor. Next up is Polar, which is one of my favorite projects actually. I really thought that one was going to crash, or I don't know. On the first few weeks, the web page was really weird. The Twitter account was really weird. Like everything was weird, but I guess it is because they were just starting out, and I didn't have all the confidence to invest more than $85. So my first investment was just $85, which was the cost of creating one node. I have a video on Polar nodes that you will see right here up here. So if you want to check it out, you can check it, which I give like a broader review on the project. So first investment was on the 29th, and I invested $85 to buy 55 tokens. I bought each token I think it was like 1.50 cents, $1.50. And immediately I started cashing out. Like 1 week later, I started cashing out. I've never compounded on Polar. So first week we got a big move. Right now it is holding the $2, but first week we got a big move at around $7 or $6. So I took full advantage of that, and I sold I sold all my rewards for $31. Next week we got back a little bit, and I sold for $8. Then after that, $5, $4, and I keep cashing each week. $8 is cash outs are bi-weekly, so I was taking out profits not once a week, but instead 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the spikes or on the price. So up here we can see that weekly what I was making is $31, which has been my best week. $31, then after that $18, 18, 15, $12, 15, well, almost 16, almost 15, then almost 17. Last week was $16. That is how much money I made in profit. Then if we go here, my yield per day, I've already got my return on investment, so I'm not paying the 19% on claim tax. I'm only paying 3% claim tax, and my reward is 0.99 Polar coin per day. So after taxes, I'm getting around 0.96 coins every 24 hours. My estimated daily income is $2.35. Then my weekly income is $16, and my monthly income is around $70. In here it turns green. This is my spreadsheet. I have it available on Gumroad in case you want to check it out. Let me show you here. I will leave a link in the description. It comes with a few features. It is built around DeFi and passive income only. So if you are interested, or you are already taking some position in DeFi and creating nodes, I would recommend you check for a spreadsheet. This one is a pretty good one. It has been working out nicely for me. Here I go over a few features, and the price is $20. So if you want to check it out, I will leave a link in the description for it. It comes with a few charts, so you can have a good view of how much money you are making weekly, how much money you are investing or reinvesting, and how much money you're cashing out, and also your monthly earnings. Then coming back to the spreadsheet, so Polar, this is how much money I've been making. For the month of March, I've made $60. Over here we can see that my return on investment has been almost 170%, and my return on investment in terms of cash has been $59. In terms of percentage, I think Polar has been the best one for me. The thing is, because my investment has been so small, that's why my return on investment in dollar amount is that small. But I'm actually thinking about adding as a second node on Polar. Next we have Power nodes, which is this one is very similar to Tor nodes. I invested $280 on February 8th, so that would be the second month. For $280 I bought 10 tokens. So at that moment the price was $28 per token, and at today prices it is worth only $3.82. My cash outs has been, let's see, $6, $3, $5. So my average is around $6, and the less I've made has been, I think, last week, between $2.26 and $2.11. Up here on the weekly earnings, have made $6 with 62 cents, then $9, then $5, $8, $2, $3, and then last week only $2. For the month of March, I've made $15 with 88 cents. My return on investment has been only 13%. As you can see here, this one is still on red in comparison to Polar that has turned green because I've already made my return on investment. Coming back to Polar, so I am down $242. Days until return on investment, if the price still stays the same, I should get my return on investment in 600 days, which is crazy. In total for this project, I've made $37. Next up, one of my favorite project is Vapor. I've never compounded so much money into a single project. I usually like to take out my initial investment before compounding, but I really like Vapor. I really like how they work, how they are taking really good decision around being very sustainable. So that's why you will see here that I've reinvested more, a really big chunk of the amount of money that I've been making on Vapor. So my first investment was 4,000 tokens for $157. Next, we got a few rewards, which is 226 coins, then 64 coins. That 25% bonus, that is the bonus that Vapor gives when your node is under 5,000 tokens. Then I reinvested that amount for worth $12. I compounded 290 coins. Then I really keep compounding a really big amount. As you can see here, the total amount that I have compounded into Vapor is over 3,000 Vapor coins or Vapor node tokens. In reward, I've made a little bit under 6,000, but a bigger chunk of it has been in referrals. Vapor only pays 1%, but because I have the YouTube channel, plus I also have a big following on Medium, I have a few group of persons that have used my link, and as you can see here, when it has that color, it means that that money have been made on referral. I made $75 that week only on referrals, but I reinvested it back. So that $75 is compounding money. That $24 same, $15 same. If we move up here to my table, you can see that on week 9 I made $17 and I compounded the whole $17. The next week I made $147 and I compounded $122 and I cashed out $24. Then the week that follows that I made $39 and I compounded $17 and I cashed out $21. Next, that was last week, I made $65, which $13 was compounded and $51 I cashed out. In here I have my chart which shows how much money I am compounding in relation to how much money I am cashing. Chart, the yellow color is showing up way more than the green one. That is because I've been compounded like crazy. My goal is actually to be holding around 10,000 tokens on Vapor and then start to cash out more aggressively. My days until return on investment, if I start cashing out 100%, I should get my return on investment in 53 days. My monthly income is $61, weekly income is $14, then daily income is $2. So for the month of March, I made $269. That is, of course, including how much money I made in referrals. In total for this project, out of pocket, I've invested $205. That is not including the compounding that I've made. This is only out of pocket money. So I first started with $157. Then I added 220 tokens for $8. Then after that, I invested $40 into the project. Next up, and that would be the last one, I have my newest investment is Red Light Node. I also have a video. I will be leaving a link in the description, or I will be adding a card up here so you can get a easy access to it. So first up, starting off, I invested $225 for 20 tokens, which is the price to create one mention or one node. That's the name they use to call their nodes mentions. Then the second day, I added $230 for another 20 tokens. I got a few rewards. I cashed it out. That was only $7. I just wanted to try to see how was the process to get my reward and sell the token. So I cashed out $7, and then I decided to add $180 more to buy 17 tokens plus 3 tokens that I had in my reward wallet, and I created a third node. So at the moment, total invested has been $635, and I've made in cash outs $210. This is money that I have taken out of the protocol and I've moved it into other projects, into other stables or blue chips, because Playmate added a 50% claim tax to the usual 15% claim tax. So now I am, instead of cashing out my reward, what I am doing is using another strategy where I am compounding my tokens to create a district. I also have a video on the claim tax, so if you want to, I have a video on the claim tax explaining what they are doing and how things are changing now. So now my goal, instead of cashing out, is actually compounding and create more mentions so I can get to a district. So on a week-to-week basis, this is fairly new. As you can see, I've only been in it for less than 4 weeks. So on first week, I made $75. I compounded $31 and I cashed out $43. On the second week, I made $121, which $0 were compounded and $121 were cashed out. All that income is after taxes. This is only added when I have it in my account, when I change it to stables. So this is always after taxes. Then last week I made $46, which I cashed out, and $81 that I compounded or I saved to create a fourth node. Today, I think yesterday morning, I added my fourth node. So in total for last week was $127. So for the month of March, I made $323 for Red Light Node District. For red light nodes, the amount of money I'm making daily has changed a lot after the claim tax. So right now I have 4 mentions, which I should make an update on the amount of token that I am getting. I know it's around 1.14 after paying all the crazy claim taxes, so I should be around $7 to $8 daily income. My weekly income is a little bit above $44, and monthly income should be around $200. So my days until return on investment after updating that part should be around 60 days, 55 days. So there you have it. This is how much money I've made for the month of March, which is $893 with 62 cents. And if we don't take into account the referrals from Vapor, which has been around $190 in total for the month of March, I've made a little bit under 700, which is $696. So as for me, my future plans is to keep investing into other passive income protocols so I can keep spreading my risk, taking small bets like $250 to $600, depending on how I feel about the project, and keep compounding when it is needed, and also cashing out some profit so I can keep moving it to other good projects and also my blue chips. So if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, and also leave in the comment section in which passive income project you are currently investing.